Beware. You are innocent, but your old friends set you up force. My beloved child, listen carefully, because what I am about to reveal will shake you deeply. There is someone from your past, someone you once trusted with your whole heart. That very friend, carrying a smile in front of you, has secretly tied a knot of betrayal behind your back. The hands you once held with faith have written your name into a trap you never imagined. They pretended to protect you, but in truth, they pushed you toward a dangerous edge. You are innocent, yet they dressed you in the clothes of guilt, hoping you would carry a blame that was never yours. The shadows of their actions are heavier than the words they ever spoke. They whispered your secrets in places you never reached. And now, the world is looking at you with questioning eyes, all because of the lies stitched by the person you once called a friend. This is why you are feeling restless lately. This is why signs keep showing up in your path, warnings from the divine. Nothing around you is coincidence, because heaven is exposing the hidden truth step by step. Type Amen 333 to claim your blessing and protection. The trap was planned long before you knew it. They laughed behind your back, while their lips called you brother, sister, friend. What they set in motion was not a mistake, it was a deliberate move to break your peace. But remember this, heaven never allows truth to remain buried forever. The same lies that they spun around you will become a chain that traps them instead. They thought they were clever, but destiny is cleverer than any human hand. Every tear you cried in confusion has been counted. Every sleepless night has been seen. And now, light is shining where they tried to keep darkness locked. Their face will soon be revealed before the crowd. Their false smile will no longer protect them. And the same people they convinced against you will turn to face them with anger. Type Amen 444 to break every hidden plan against you. My beloved child, this moment is not meant to destroy you, it is meant to strengthen you. When betrayal comes from outside, you expect it. But when betrayal comes from the very heart you trusted, it cuts the deepest wound. That is why your heart has been heavy, sensing storms in the distance. That is why sudden thoughts of the past have been entering your mind. The universe is pushing you to see the face behind the mask before it's too late. Archangel Michael says, stay awake, because what you will soon see will leave you speechless. The hand that fed you with kindness is the same hand that signed your downfall. Yet heaven is not asleep, the angels are surrounding you with shields of light. The papers they forged, the words they twisted, the blame they tried to pin on you, it will all collapse. Soon, their own shadow will reveal the truth. And the mask will slip from their face at the moment they least expect. Type Amen 555 to claim your justice. Their plan was to erase your path, to steal what was yours, and to silence your destiny. But destiny is not written by man, it is written by the one who watches all. And the same people who turned away from you will one day bow to your innocence. Do not fear the gossip spreading like fire. Do not fear the whispers spoken in your absence. Because the louder their lies grow, the stronger the truth is rising from the ashes. You will not walk in shame forever. You will not carry the false weight forever. A sudden reversal is already unfolding, and soon you will see everything shift in your favor. The very friend who set you up will regret ever crossing your path. Their joy will turn into tears, their comfort into chaos, their victory into loss. Because no one can bury what is chosen by heaven. Type Amen 666 to unlock a blessing of vindication. My beloved child, I could continue revealing every hidden step, every trap they laid, every name they spoke in darkness. But know this, the final word belongs to heaven, not to the betrayer. The storm that began with their laughter will end with their silence. Stay strong, stay awake, and keep your spirit steady. The more they try to erase you, the more you will rise. And when the dust settles, your innocence will shine brighter than ever before. This is your time of revelation. This is your moment of justice. And nothing, not even an old friend turned enemy, can stop the hand of heaven. Type Amen 777 to seal your victory. Gemstone. My beloved child, if this message touched your heart, remember, you are chosen, you are protected, and your story is not ending in betrayal. Stand firm and prepare yourself, because the reversal of destiny is already in motion. And if you feel called to support this divine work, you may use the Super Thanks option. Your blessing will return multiplied. My beloved child, the evidence begins to surface in small, precise ways that even the cleverest lie cannot hide. A misplaced receipt, a silent call logged at midnight, a message saved in drafts that was never meant for public eyes. These tiny threads are being pulled by forces that never sleep, and soon they will unravel the entire scheme. The friend who set this in motion kept a ledger of deceit, confident that time would bury every trace. They made alliances with those who had influence, trading your name for a pocket of favor and temporary advantage. Their courage came from the shadows and from believing that a single false narrative could silence your truth forever. But truth carries its own gravity, and what was hidden in darkness is now being tugged toward the light. People who once nodded at the betrayer will begin to notice cracks in the story they were fed. Small inconsistencies will become questions in their minds, and those questions will demand answers without mercy. Type Amen 888 to invite clarity and unfailing truth into your life. There will be moments when you feel betrayed not only by the friend but by fate itself, when every breath carries the weight of slander. In those moments, remember that suffering is not a sign of defeat but the precursor to revelation and restoration. Pain is the forge that purifies character, and from this fire a renewed version of you will emerge, stronger and clearer than before. People who once turned away out of fear or confusion will begin to return when the facts shine through. Your patience now is a weapon, and silence worn with dignity will reveal guilt more eloquently than any angry defense. The betrayer will attempt one last desperate move to redirect attention, to create noise where quiet is needed. They will arrange witnesses who later tremble under the weight of their falsehoods, unable to hold on to lies when the truth stands firm. At the moment they expect to triumph, their house of cards will collapse, and those who built it will scatter. Type Amen 999 to call forth protection against every final attempt to destroy your peace. Stand with your head held high even while the rumors swell and enemies celebrate prematurely. There is power in steady silence, in choosing not to imprint every hurt with reply, and in allowing the timeline of truth to unfold. When accusations circle like vultures, choosing restraint preserves your dignity and invites divine responders to set the record straight. Evidence will arrive wrapped in the most ordinary places, a file recovered from a forgotten folder, a receipt found in an old jacket, a witness finally choosing conscience. These humble deliverances will be the nails that secure your innocence back into place and will turn the gaze of judgment toward the betrayer. Watch as the narrative flips slowly but surely, like a seed pushing through soil to meet the sun. When the betrayer sees compassion on your face amidst the chaos, their conscience will begin to ache in ways they never expected. Regret will visit them in private, and some will step forward to undo their complicity by telling what they know. The shame they carried like armor will break into shards that reflect the truth for all to see. Type Amen 111 to mend your name and call back every lost favor. Do not be surprised if an unexpected ally appears, someone who has watched quietly and now chooses to stand beside you. Allies come in the form of old co-workers, distant relatives, or a neighbor who noticed patterns and finally decided to speak. Their voices will be added to the chorus that turns suspicion into vindication, and their testimony will matter more than the loudest rumor. Forgiveness will be a choice that frees you from a second captivity, the one that keeps the heart chained to bitterness. Forgiveness will not erase the wrong or deny justice, but it will prevent the betrayer from owning your inner life while they suffer the consequences of their actions. When you release the weight of hatred, you step into a clearer role in the story, one that others want to follow and rally behind. The universe has a way of balancing ledgers, of returning stolen peace with interest. What was taken from you will trace its way back, sometimes in unexpected currency such as restored relationships, renewed reputation, or opportunities you had not imagined. The very hand that tried to pin guilt on you will be shunned by the same circles they once charmed, and isolation will be their companion where they sought to shatter yours. Type Amen 222 to call home every lost blessing and restore what was taken. Your spirit will be refined by this season, not broken, and your faith will become a quiet, unshakable force in your life. You will learn to read faces with new wisdom and to place trust with a heart that is brave but now also discerning. This wisdom will become part of your legacy, guiding others who may one day walk the same difficult path and teaching them to stand with integrity. When the final curtain falls on this drama, your story will be one told with awe by those who saw how you rose from false accusation to rightful acclaim. Children and friends will remember how you bore injustice with composure and how truth found its way back to your doorstep. Your life will be a testimony that exposes betrayal but does not succumb to it, that shows how dignity and patience can outshine any smear. Type Amen 333 to seal your victory and bless the path ahead. The whisper of revelation will not come all at once but in precise, undeniable beats that align like a heartbeat calling you forward. Each discovery will land with the weight of evidence and the clarity of a dawn that cannot be ignored. When the first piece falls into place, your vision will sharpen and you will know exactly where to stand. They believe time would erase fingerprints, yet time only reveals what the guilty thought would remain hidden. A forgotten voicemail, a time-stamped photo, a name that keeps appearing in the margins, these are the tiny betrayals that stitch together a larger truth. Watch how small facts gather into a map that leads straight back to the one who betrayed you. Type Amen 444 to bring unshakable clarity and expose every hidden trace. Your closest allies will begin to act not from loyalty to you but from the discomfort of their own conscience stirring awake. People who once looked the other way will stumble into honesty because the truth refuses to be drowned by noise. Their sudden courage will feel like the first drops of rain after a long drought. The betrayer will try to rewrite the script with new lies, but fabrications born in panic crumble faster than those hatched in patience. False stories will clash with timestamps and receipts and the betrayer's own words, creating contradictions that pierce their own defense. When those contradictions pile up, the facade will fracture and the hollow sound of pretense will echo for all to hear. Type Amen 555 to turn every contradiction into a doorway for your vindication. There will be nights when solitude presses against your chest and you will feel the world tilt unfairly toward accusation. In those nights, listen for the quiet that is not defeat but preparation, the silence in which strength gathers like a tide. Do not let the noise of gossip drown the patient whisper of truth that guides your steps. An old letter will surface, a message once hidden inside a drawer, and within it will be a sentence that rewires the whole story. An eyewitness will remember a detail they had long buried, and when they speak, their words will cast a new light across the darkened path. Every small confirmation will stack until the weight of evidence becomes impossible to ignore. Type Amen 666 to call forth witnesses who will speak only truth. When the world turns its back, do not confuse their silence with abandonment. Many remain silent out of fear until the storm settles. Those silences will become openings as soon as the first undeniable proof shows up in plain sight. And when voices return, they will carry not pity but conviction, drawn by the clarity you now hold. The person who set you up will begin to show signs of unraveling, their sleep restless, their confident smile thinning into fear. In private, their chest will tighten with the knowledge that the house of lies they built is starting to leak at the seams. They will look for allies and find only faces that look away, because the people who love the lie will not carry it when truth demands a price. Type Amen 777 to dissolve every alliance built on falsehood and expose the betrayer fully. You will be offered choices at every turn, to react with anger, to retaliate, or to keep a dignified silence that lets truth do the work for you. Choose dignity as your sword and patience as your shield, for these two will reveal the betrayer faster than any shouted accusation. Your calm will become a mirror that reflects their guilt more clearly than any argument could. A public moment will arrive where the betrayer expects applause but instead meets the collective gaze of people who sense the imbalance. In that moment, the betrayer's attempt to perform will falter as whispers turn to questions and questions become a chorus demanding answers. When that chorus grows loud enough, the curtain will fall and the actors will be exposed for what they truly are. Type Amen 888 to call down the timing that aligns truth with the eyes of the world. Do not rush toward revenge. Revenge is a shallow reward that keeps you tethered to the very darkness you are leaving behind. Instead, prepare your evidence, steady your voice, and allow the sequence of facts to speak on your behalf. When truth speaks, it does so with a gravity that no lie can ever match. There will be moments of small grace along the way, an unexpected apology, a hand offered in reconciliation, a smile from a stranger who saw your strength. Accept these moments with humility, for they are the gentle returns of what was once lost. They will remind you that life rebuilds what betrayal sought to destroy. Type Amen 999 to restore every broken trust and receive unfolding grace. When the vindication comes, it will not feel like a simple victory but like the closing of a wound that had never allowed you to breathe fully. You will stand in a light that feels unfamiliar at first because you have been living for so long under a shadow. That light will not only heal you but will teach those around you how to guard their own hearts more wisely. The betrayer's loneliness will be their lesson and the consequence of choices made in the dark. You will move forward not as a wounded victim but as a steward of your restored story, using your experience to protect and uplift others. Your voice will become a beacon that warns the naive and shelters the wary, all born from the season of trial you endured. The rhythm of revelation continues, and with each passing hour the pattern becomes clearer and more undeniable. Old messages, once buried in silence, begin to surface like lanterns in a long dark tunnel. You will notice how small lights gather until the whole corridor is lit and the path to truth is revealed. People who once avoided your eyes will be drawn back by the gravity of honesty, and their steps will bring new proof. A single voice that breaks the silence will open a floodgate of memories that others can no longer hold inside. When memory meets courage, the betrayer's carefully stitched story will start to unravel thread by thread. Type Amen 1212 to call down courage for every witness who still holds the truth. Hold to your dignity as the storm moves through its final acts, because dignity becomes a lens that reveals the true colors of those around you. Let your calm be like clear water where lies cannot float, and let your composure reflect the conviction that truth brings. When others see your steady face, some will be compelled to match it with honesty and fairness. Small victories will arrive disguised as ordinary moments, and you will recognize them as the universe's quiet applause. A forgotten note, a mismatched receipt, a screenshot recovered from a hidden folder, these ordinary objects will carry extraordinary weight. They will assemble like witnesses at a trial, each simple item testifying to the same reality, your innocence. Type Amen 2323 to gather every humble proof that returns your honor. There will be an hour when the betrayer looks into a mirror and fails to recognize the person who once smiled with you. Their conscience will whisper where they once commanded, and the rebellion of truth will begin inside their chest. When conscience awakens, it brings with it a loneliness that neither charm nor money can silence. As allies materialize, do not expect every return to be loud. Many will creep back with quiet apologies and soft admissions. These quiet responses will be no less powerful than a public declaration because they shift the pattern of association around you. As names move from suspicion to support, the momentum of restoration will accelerate beyond what you imagined. Type Amen 3434 to open the doors for quiet allies to step forward with courage. Let your story be told in facts and in the steady testimony of those who value truth above popularity. When the facts are laid down calmly, spectators become judges of integrity and begin to realign their loyalties. Your life, lived with steady integrity, will become its own defense and its own explanation. Do not hasten to punish, because punishment often mirrors the darkness you are leaving behind. Allow the system of truth to work, and trust that consequences will visit the betrayer in ways that fit the measure of their deceit. When balance returns, it will feel like a breath released after too long a hold. Type Amen 4545 to let justice come in the right measure and at the right time. There will be days when you feel both weary and strangely hopeful, like a traveler who sees land after a long crossing. Those days are the hinge between the chaos and the calm that follows, so gather strength in those moments and prepare for restoration. Your resolve will be a quiet engine, turning slowly but unceasingly toward the full clearing of your name. When vindication becomes visible, do not rush to crown yourself in triumph, because true victory carries the spirit of healing. Use the return of reputation to heal relationships and to shield those who lack the voice you fought to reclaim. Your restored standing will become a shelter for others who face similar storms in silence. Type Amen 5656 to bless your restored name and make it a refuge for the vulnerable. There will be a point when the betrayer attempts a final performance to salvage their image, and that performance will look hollow in the face of mounting certainties. A room full of murmurs will become a room of questions, and questions will demand evidence where once there was only assertion. When evidence answers questions, the gap between pretense and truth will widen until it is impossible to ignore. Your next steps should be careful and intentional, moving with the clarity that comes from being guided rather than from rushing. Keep records, gather witnesses gently, and let each action be a calm affirmation that you trust truth to vindicate you. In this way your path forward will be both protective and generative, rebuilding what betrayal tried to destroy. Type Amen 6767 to secure wisdom for every step you take in the days ahead. The story does not end here, my beloved child, for the wheel of truth continues to turn with unstoppable force. Every secret they buried is now restless, clawing its way out from the silence they tried to protect. The walls they built to keep you trapped are beginning to crack, and through those cracks pours the light of justice. The betrayer thought distance and time would shield them, but destiny has its own memory. Destiny gathers every word, every forged step, every hidden act, and lays them out when the hour is right. Now that hour is close, and you will see how suddenly their power crumbles in front of many. Type Amen 8989 to stand ready as truth rises before your eyes. The ones who once celebrated your downfall will begin to shift uncomfortably. They will whisper not about you, but about the cracks appearing in the betrayer's story. It is in those whispers that you will hear the first sounds of reversal, heaven aligning events in your favor. There will come a day when the betrayer walks into a room and feels the weight of eyes watching with suspicion. The same crowd they deceived will now carry questions that press like heavy stones on their shoulders. And under that gaze, their confidence will melt into panic, their charm into stammering silence. Type Amen 9090 to hasten the day of their exposure and your complete clearing. Do not be surprised, my beloved child, when those who once believed the lie now return with regret. They will come not because you demanded it but because truth demands it from them. And their apologies, though late, will open doors you thought were forever locked. The betrayer will lose not only their mask but also their allies, left to face the storm they created alone. In the silence of their room, regret will haunt them like a shadow they cannot escape. What they wished for you, loneliness, blame, loss, will become the very fate that greets them daily. Type Amen 1010 to seal the exchange of sorrow for joy, and darkness for light. Remember, this season has not been meant to destroy you but to transform you. The fire of betrayal has burned away illusions, leaving only truth, resilience, and strength behind. What emerges now is a version of you that cannot be broken, a soul wiser and brighter than before. Doors of opportunity will begin to open, some from people you least expect. The reputation they tried to stain will shine so clearly that new blessings will chase you down. And your story of survival will inspire others who are walking through their own valleys of betrayal. Type Amen 1111 to call those new blessings into your life without delay. One day, you will look back not with bitterness but with awe. You will see how every tear watered the ground for a stronger harvest. You will understand that heaven did not let you suffer without purpose, it was preparing you for higher ground. So walk forward now with courage, my beloved child. Lift your head, for the chapter of deception is closing and the book of restoration is opening. Nothing can stand against a destiny protected by heaven's own hand. Type Amen 1212 to step boldly into your restored season. And if these words have poured light into your heart, remember that this mission lives on through your support. If you feel called to strengthen this flow of divine messages so more souls can find peace, you may use the super thanks option. Every gift you share multiplies back into your life, carrying blessings beyond what you can imagine. Glowing star, your story is not ending in betrayal, it is rising in victory, and the world will soon witness it. Glowing star.